Shalom. I want to start giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Baharukah Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching the scriptures, among other things. And salutations to all your Akim across the earth for doing this work in sincerity and in truth. And Shalom to the sincere brothers and sisters that are watching the videos and do their best to please Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai. So basically, I want to go in this article, stumbled upon this article, and I'm like, yeah, this devil, he is defiling everything, everything, There are so many. If you only look at this devil, and see, the so-called white people, the Edomites, if you just see what they've been doing all over the planet, polluting everything, and even the space clutter, it's getting more and more a problem, so you gotta imagine that this devil, everywhere is trash, everywhere. So even in space, around the earth, around the globe, you got trash floating there, That also shows you how stupid these people are, What the fuck can you pollute a place where you live, The Most High has created everything, made everything beautiful, had animals to clean up the earth, everything, But, they gotta mess with chemicals and all kinds of shit, investigate, invent all kinds of bullshit, Now you got all this clutter floating around, around the earth, and then they're talking about, this and that is gonna bring problems, I'm just gonna read the article, but, if you only look at these things, for me, it's very logic, that the Bible speaks about, explains so that these so-called white people, the Edomites, after 1,000 years of slavery, that they're going to be exterminated. You cannot let kind of people like this, who are this stupid and wicked, continue, man. No, man, that's not possible. Because all the heathens are going into captivity in hardcore slavery, thus said the Bible. And after 1,000 years, they're gonna get their original habitat, the places where they used to abide. They're gonna get it back, their countries. But they're gonna be under the children of Israel forever, thus said the Bible. But these so-called white people, the Edomites, they're gonna be exterminated, thus said the Bible. And it's rightfully so. You cannot let these demons continue, man. Matter of fact, the Most High have created them to be wicked. Let me read one scripture in Jeremiah and a scripture in the book of Psalms. Let me see. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 13. So this is the book of Jeremiah, because the Most High have created these so-called white people, these Edomites, to be wicked, So it's in them to do wicked. There cannot not a good thing come out of their hands, It's all about wickedness. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 13 and verse 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. So in Ethiopia, he cannot change his skin color by thought, it's not possible. You can talk about he's bleaching and this and that, but, still, if you stop bleaching, then his color is going to come back. Or the leopard, his spots, a leopard is known for his spot. Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil. So that already shows you that, And let me jump to the book of Psalms. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 17 and verse 13. Psalms of David. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword, from men, which are thy hand, O Yahweh, from men of the world, which have their portion in this life. Yeah, just look at all the fatness of the earth, right? The blessing of Esau, the forefather of the Edomites, the so-called white people. And whose belly thou fillest with thy hid treasure. They are full of children, and leave the rest of the substance to the babes. So that already shows you who are them. Who are they? This is talking about the so-called white people. So let me jump in this article. So it is from NOS News. Space debris is becoming a bigger problem. Hopes are pinned on grabber arms and laser brooms. So this these people, these so-called white people, these Edomites, these devils, this numbskulls, this good for nothing people. So they create problems, and then they so-called gonna come with a solution. Fucking, hey, if I only have to look at myself like companies that I've worked, with these devils, with, you know, simple problems, that they were not able to fix it, then Jake, me myself had to intervene and come with a solution to fix a problem that they've been creating, But these devils want to act like they are fixing the earth. Man, the whole planet is suffering under them, man. The whole planet is suffering under these devils, man. The animals, everything, man. They pollute everything: the air, the water, the food. The animals are almost being extinct. Of course, the Most High is not allowing it. But yeah, if it were up to them, hunting for the fun and this and that, man, fucking bullshit, man. Imagine not being able to use your phone anymore, looking for an address without navigation. But that's something that they're gonna do anyway, do away with the internet, because this new generation, they depend on it, man. They depend on it. They don't know how to survive without internet, The majority, at least the majority of them. Hey, but we got Yahweh Basham Yahushai, man. Horrible times are about to be unleashed on this planet, man. Imagine not being able to use your phone anymore, looking for an address without navigation or having no idea. Because, and last week, during teachings, I was talking about that, I grew up in the time, there was no navigation, it was only for the rich, for the rich and wealthy people. In my time, I had like a big map. I used to unfold that, put it on my bed. When I used to go to another city where was never where I never been before, another place or whatever, and I was looking road for road, place for place, how to drive there, and then I would reach that location. Then I would pull up to a gas station, and then the sign would say, you had the map, and it would say like you are here, and then I would know like, okay, I have to go to this street. I would look on the thing, street name there, and then I'd be like, okay, take straight here, take a left here, take a right there, and then roundabout or whatever, and then I would be there, But the new generation, they don't know, man. They've been driving to their job with navigation, They don't recognize the road and all that. Imagine not being able to use your phone anymore, looking for an address without navigation, or having no idea what the weather will be like tomorrow. We all take these servers for granted, but they could disappear if we don't do something about the ever increasing space debris. And that's also another thing, also with this climate thing, they want to force the people, to separate the trash and do this and that, people, you have to drive slower on the highway, this and that, all this nonsense. Meanwhile, they got big factories, like in the day, you see a white smoke coming out of a factory. As soon as the sun is down, you see thick black smoke coming out of the chimneys of the same factory, things like that, dumping all kinds of chemical waste in rivers, in the ocean, But the common people, the common Joe, gotta, take care of the environment and all that, Esau, man, fucking devil, man. We all take these services for granted, but they could disappear if you don't do something about the ever increasing space debris. Even if we stop launching new satellites, new debris would still be added. Something, something needs to change to prevent the digital infrastructure from being compromised, said space debris expert Francesca Leticia of the European Space Agency. Of course, they all experts, experts in wickedness. Yeah, that's what they are, man. Today, the United Nations Space Department discussed the states of play on this problem. In the meantime, solutions are being worked on, from grab arms and magnets for removing old satellites to laser brooms from Earth to tackle smaller pieces of waste. And that's also a thing, here in the West, they got like old ships, they sent them to countries like Bangladesh and India, and there they're gonna break it down. And so all the chemical waste is going in the ground there, in the water there. That's also a thing that these devils been doing. But you gotta know, or you gotta realize how stupid they are. So here you are on the planet, and they really think that they're gonna escape, sending drones or whatever to Mars and this and that, talking about how they went to the moon. Well, meanwhile, we know that they never reached there. But they really think they can escape it, and start something new, going on to a new place. Fucking idiots, man. Or hide in the ground, and then when this nuclear, the third world war break out, and it's gonna happen, then they gonna survive it and start all over, Well, y'all elites, y'all gonna be the first slaves, man, the first slaves of your nations, man. Beautiful, man. That's something beautiful to look forward to, man. Feathers of Iron Man. Matter of fact, let me grab the scripture real quick, and then I continue in the article, since I'm in the book of Psalms anyway. The book of Psalms, chapter 194. And verse 5, let the saints be joyful in glory, let them sing aloud upon their beds. This is the day that we look for, man. Let the high praises of Yahweh be in their mouth and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings, Koning Willem, Alexander, Mark Rutte, all those leaders, Kim Jong-un, Putin, don't get it twisted, we're really enjoying the things that Putin are doing, but, he's still a devil, man. To execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishment upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and the nobles with fetters of iron. Yeah, man, that's talking about hardcore slavery, man. To execute upon them the judgment written, this honor have all his saints, praise ye Yahweh. Yeah, man, and believe me, we looking forward for that day, man. Today, the United Nations Space Department discussed the state of play on this problem. In the meantime, solutions are being worked on, from grab arms and magnets for removing old satellites to laser brooms from Earth to tackle smaller pieces of waste. Frontal collision. The first place space debris was created in 1957 when the first satellite was launched for a long time. The danger of this was underestimated, of course, because it's the basis of man. He's fucking stupid. Because the available orbits around the Earth were considered virtually infinite. That changed when two satellites collided head-on in 2009. This caused thousands of pieces of debris to be thrown into orbit around the Earth in one fell swoop. Due to the increasing need for mobile services, and now that's because y'all want to watch everything, act like the Most High, because you got the angels, in the chariots, watching 24/7, and that devil, he want to do the same thing. But yeah, man, you're not equal, man. The Most High gonna show you how small you are, man. Due to the increasing need for mobile services and the arrival of commercial parties such as SpaceX and Blue Origin, the number of objects in space has increased explosively in recent years. This has also significantly increased space debris. The space around the Earth is now filled with discarded rocket bodies, debris, and thousands of decommissioned satellites. This can lead to Kessler syndrome. The more space debris there is, the greater the risk of collisions, creating more debris and setting off an uncontrollable chain reaction. And meanwhile, he keeps on shooting all kinds of shit and rockets and this and that and satellites into space. Fucking idiots. Up to an altitude of 600 kilometers, most of debris burns up in the atmosphere within 25 years. But if a lot of waste is added, there is a risk that space will become unusable. You can reach anyway, man. For example, new satellites will no longer be possible, while existing systems will eventually have to be replaced. In addition, space debris can fall back to Earth and cause damage. In early March, a piece of debris pierced the roof of a Florida home. Ooh. For there you see the sizes, So they say that like big debris is like 10 centimeters, and middle size is 1 to 10 centimeters, and small is 1 millimeter or 1 centimeter. For the larger pieces of space debris, the European Clear Space is developing a grab arm that brings larger debris into a safe orbit, where it burns up completely in the upper atmosphere. The Japanese Astroscale is working on a similar system that uses magnets. Both parties will begin the first cleanup mission next year, but the largest debris is not necessary the most dangerous, says ESA Leticia. Debris smaller than 10 centimeters cannot yet be reliably detected, but from 1 centimeter they are already harmful enough to destroy a satellite. Furthermore, due to the enormous amount of debris in this category, it is impossible to remove these pieces one by one. According to NASA, a laser broom could provide a solution. A laser broom could provide a solution to this. Liam Peter works at LumiSpace, a company that develops such a system. The idea is to slow down small pieces of debris with laser beams from Earth. As a result, they eventually end up in the atmosphere where they burn up completely. Yeah, laser beams gonna be shot at your devils, your heathens, and also your Jacob descendants who don't who are not down with Yahweh Basham Yahushai. You're gonna be blessed to powder, man, when the chariots are coming, so-called UFOs, man. There you're gonna see laser beams. Peter explains that this technology is still in development but can be effective for debris between 1 and 50 centimeters. Of course, you have to be able to detect it. LumiSpace is also working on technology to push aside old satellites that are on a collision course with a laser. That is more realistic at the moment. The ambition is to be able to get started within 2028, and that's also a thing. They think, how you say that they're gonna be in rulership forever, man. I believe it's also in the Book of Psalms. Is it 64? Let me think real quick, man, because that's also they think that they rulership is gonna continue forever, man. That's their thought. Let me see. No, it's not 64. Or is it 73? Let me see. Nah, don't remember. But they think they're gonna be ruled forever. That's the Book of Micah. I don't remember exactly where it was, but that's also in their how you say that? in their mind, you know. They're always talking about in this and this year we're gonna do this, you know, because these devils, you know, that's also in the scriptures, you know, because the Most High is, you know, is not passing judgment like that on them, so they think they can do whatever they want without being punished, you know. And that's all. And also another thing is also that you know, they got these demons on the left hand side, you know, Satan and his minions, you know, give them the idea that they are able to outsmart the Most High, man. Real funny, man. Real funny. Let me see. Yeah, I don't remember exactly where the scripture was, but you know, they think that they can continue to do that shit, you know. But yeah, back to the article. Peter explains that this technology is still in development but can be effective for debris between 1 and 50 centimeters. Of course, you have to be able to detect it. LumiSpace is also working on technology to push aside old satellites that are on a collision course with a laser. That is more realistic at the moment. The ambition is to be able to get started with it in 2028. Who actually pays for cleaning for the cleaning plants with old satellites is clear who they belong to, so space agency could pay to dispose of them. In the United States, a fine was recently imposed for the first time on a company that failed to remove an old satellite. For smaller debris, it's often impossible to determine who it came from, but if we do nothing, we may soon no longer be able to use space at all. You ain't gonna use it anyway, man. Everyone active in space travel has a financial interest in clean space, says Peters. Leticia is also caut- cautiously optimistic. There is now much more attention and knowledge than before, and new missions are now designed in such a way that much less debris is created. Prevention is always better than a cure, but we will need a combination of both to use space in a sustainable way. You know, and that's also a sign of this devil. Everywhere he comes, he got to create garbage, man. Let me see. It's the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. You already see it, man. Let me jump to chapter 30. It's the book of Job, chapter 30 and 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, you know how they be with the animals and all that, you know. Yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and famine they were solitary, flying into the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth among men. They cried after them as after a thief. Yeah, all these nations were against them, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Yeah, if you look at the old cities like Petra, you know, you can see that they used to live there. You know, it's all beautiful carved out. You know, you can see all the structure. You know, like and you know the building style as you can see in Greece. You know, for example, but still, it's still the caves, man. Among the bushes they braid, you know, making sounds like donkeys, you know, walking on all fours, you know. And they want to teach history like everybody was living in caves. No, they were doing that, man. They were the fucking cave monkeys. Among the bushes they braid, under the nettles they were gathered together. They were children of fools. Yeah, that's also a thing, you know, that shows you how much, what kind of humor the Most High have, you know. He let these stupid people, these dumbass people, the dumbest of all the heathens, they are in rulership, man. They were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. You know that? They vile, man. They vile. Everything, everything is messed up, man. Let me see. Uh, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And it's not only the people, the whole earth is suffering on this devil, man. The whole earth is, like I said, the whole earth is suffering on this devil. The air, the water, the food, everything is polluted. Animals, the habitat being polluted. They've been pushed from their original places, hunting on them for fun and all that shit. Fucking devils, man. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourned and faded away. The world language and faded away. The hardy people of the earth do language. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Yeah, because the Most High made everything perfect. You have the land Sabbath, all these things, to give the earth the time to rest and to get all his strength going on, that you would have if you would plant fruits or whatever, then you would get the best nutrients, everything. Back in the days, in the ancient times, two men were needed to carry a cluster of grapes. Now a baby just can pick it up, and they are busy with seedless grapes. Meanwhile, there are many studies, that shows that the grape seed, that can also help against cancer. So yeah, and Esau, thought of him is deep, like the book of Psalms said, every thought of him is deep, because they really think about how they can fuck things up. Grapeless seed and put taste enhancers in there. A lot of wickedness, man. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, and yeah, this devil, just look at this devil, and it should be clear to you that there's no solution after a 1,000 year of slavery, of hardcore labor. He's got to be exterminated, man. You cannot let a creature like that continue on the earth, man. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Waharuka Kudash, double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone for teaching us scriptures among other things, and salutations to Yakim across the earth doing this work in sincerity and truth. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.